it's all gonna be good. Don't worry about nothing, don't worry about nothing, nothing now. It's all gonna be good. So breathe like you know you should. Yeah, breathe.
Hello, welcome to another video on Microsoft Excel for data analytics. Today we are looking at trim function in Microsoft Excel. Let's jump right in. Hello, I'm Meshach here, and still in the course of the video. Just wanted to take a minute and to let you know that if you're a small business owner or someone trying to break into data analytics, hey, you should know that I can help you move faster without confusion. Over here, I offer one-on-one data analytics coaching where I teach you practical skills in Power BI, SQL, Excel, Python, alright, and business insights tailored to your goals. Whether it's for improving decisions or landing a role, you are at the right place. I also need you to know that I've also created a Power BI beginner ebook that breaks everything down step by step, no jargon, no overwhelming. And so if you are ready to actually understand data and use it with confidence, I'll ask you to check the links right below. I've attached it to my video. Alright, and you can see, so this is my one-on-one coaching where you can book a coaching session with me and you can get to ask me questions directly, and I can help you to solve any problem that you are looking to solve when it comes to data analytics. You can also find my ebook here, right? And so if there is something that you like, you can simply go in and then you can purchase it, and it's quite affordable, so you can just go in and purchase it, and trust me that you are going to get the value that you are looking for as you buy this book. All right, so without much ado, I digress. Let's move back to the video. Alright, so what is the trim function in Microsoft Excel and what does it do? Okay, so the trim function in Microsoft Excel simply helps us to remove unwanted spacing. Alright, so trim is all about removing unwanted spacing between values in cells. Okay, and so if you look at this particular data set that we have right in here, what you can see is that this is an alignment. Alright, this particular value is an alignment. As you can see right over, it's in the middle. But let's say we are putting everything, all right, to the left alignment, all right, or we align everything to the left. Okay, now if you do that, that is what you are going to see. So what we are saying is that this is typed incorrectly. However, when we look at this and something like this, we can see there are some discrepancies, there are some errors in the way they've been typed. All right, now what are the errors that we are seeing in here? So what we are seeing in here is that between Mina and Stubborn, for this particular one, between Mina and Stubborn, we can see there's too much unwanted space gap between the Mina and then the Stubborn. Alright, and so in view of this, what we want to do is we want to make it like so, exactly like this, where we only have about just one space in between Mina and Stubborn. Alright, so we want to have something like Mina, Stubborn as the name. Right, as a name. So if you look right here, you can see that this is a proper way of writing it as compared to this. Now if you look at this particular one as well, where we have Holy Blood, you can see that there are unwanted spaces that are before the right, as you can see right here. So there are unwanted spacing that was written like so, was written something like this, all right, was written something like this, instead of it being written like this, like so. All right, so you can see the difference. You can see that there is a space coming before the Holy Blood. All right, a space coming before the name. All right, and like so, you can also see that there are too many spaces that are coming between the Mina and Stubborn. Now these are typical examples or errors that when you are working on your data cleaning in Microsoft Excel, you are going to face. All right, or you are going to come across, because typing manually is obviously, because it's human that is typing, humans are prone to making errors. All right, and so these errors, you might just come across them and then meet them along your data cleaning process. But so when you see something like this, how do you work around this? And this is where the trim function comes in. All right, because just as I was able to write them manually, if there are about 1,000 records, all right, or let's say 10,000 records, and they all have these issues in them, you can't go and pick them one after the other and make the corrections. All right, you can't do that. That is not appropriate. It isn't professional. Okay, and so for us to work around this, we can use the trim function, and we are simply going to use the trim function by using equal to, because it's a function. We are simply going to say equal to, and we are going to put on our trim like this. And now what we are simply going to do is that once we've written our equal to trim, we are going to now select the entire items, all right, or you can simply just select just one, and now you can drop down across. Okay, so in this case, let's say we have thousands or tens of thousands of records, and we can't select all of them, all right. And so in cases like this, what we are simply going to do is to select the first one, all right, and now we are going to close it and hit on enter. And now we have this, and what we are simply going to do is now we are going to come to this button over here, put our cursor down there, and then double click, and that is going to fix the entire values in that particular column that we are referencing. Okay, and so this is simply how the trim function works. So you can see that now the spaces are all removed. Now we are not seeing the spaces that were in there. All right, when it comes to the spaces that occurred before I'm a holy blood, we are not seeing them here. All right, and for Mina again, we are not seeing them there. All right, and so this is how the trim function works. All right, but let's say that, all right, so now you have this, by that you just don't want to trim it. All right, you actually want to make it proper, like so. All right, you want to make it the starting, all right, being capital, and then the rest being small for each one. Now we've looked at proper, upper and lower in my previous video, all right, and so you can just check that out to understand more about how proper works. All right, but there's a way to, but when it comes to trim function, we are also able to combine the trim functions with the proper, all right, so that we are trimming it and we are also making it proper, all right, at the same time. Okay, and so for instance, if you have this like so, and what you want to do is you want to remove all these spaces, and at the same time you want to make them proper, all right, where we have the first name, all right, or the first letters in the word starting in capital letters, and then the rest ending with small letters, all right, just as you will spell your name. Okay, and so in view of this, we can simply just go and say, instead of trimming it and then going to do proper again, we can simply just say, all right, so we want to trim. So we've selected trim, and now we want to make it proper, all right, like so. All right, and now once we've trimmed and proper, now if I go and select all of this, all right, or let's say I just select the first one, I'm going to close this, and I'm going to close this, hit on enter. Now you can see that now the first letter, all right, so the first one is actually the same, but let's see how the rest is going to show up. Now you can see that the rest is, rather than this, you see here we just use trim, and so we still have the capital values in them. This particular one has all its values in capital letters, all right, because we just trimmed this, all right, we only removed the spaces, but the values in them still remains the same, except that the spaces have been removed. And so you can see that this is still capital letter from this is still all small letters, the same as this, but it's just the spacing that have been removed. And so, however, when we use the trim and the proper, we realize that this is not this. This has been trimmed, the spaces have been removed, but at the same time, it's manipulated this particular value and it changes from capital or upper cases to a proper case, all right, where the first letters of each word starts or begins with a capital and the rest follows with or follows by with small letters, all right. And so in this video, this is how we use the trim, and then this is also how we can use the trim proper to make our data cleaning process smooth and very enticing, all right, makes our work easy, okay, when we are using Microsoft Excel. And so yes, this is going to be the end of today's video, just to show you how this works, so that during your data cleaning process you have an easier time, all right, working around things like this. And so if this video was helpful to you in any way, don't forget to hit the like, all right, don't forget to comment that indeed you enjoyed this video, all right, and also don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can join the Nakama, so that when I upload any new video like so, you are going to be among the first to be notified, all right. And so without much ado, like I always say, do take care of yourself, and I'll catch you in the next one. Stay safe.